I had to find myself and ground myself in the fact that all I can control is like my timing to the pitch and hitting the ball solid on my barrel. Whatever happens, whatever shift they have going on, that's out of my control, and I have to accept that that happened.
Welcome into another great week, another great conversation. I have one of the best high school athletes I've ever covered. Was it three-time state champion in
Mhm.
let's go basketball, softball, track, and also as a
Mhm.
freshman in the Big 12 was on the all freshman first team. Jessie Clemons. It is great to reconnect with you, Jessie.
Absolutely, you too.
When did you know you had the ability to be great in all these sports?
Oof. I mean, I'm not going to say when I was little, but I mean, it's really just as soon as I started really getting into the travel ball stuff. And a lot of people don't know, like, I was a late bloomer, like on my travel ball team and like junior high and seventh, eighth grade, like I rode the bench for my travel ball team. Like we were pretty good, but still, like I rode the bench. Like it wasn't until high school where I really like fell in love and like realized that like I have what it takes if I really apply myself to any one of my sports that I could go far with it. So that's when I really was like, okay, if I really want to do this, then I'm gonna have to go all in. So
What was that drive for you initially to pursue it?
I mean, just I think it was like my mentors and people I looked up to. Like I've mentioned the Spellogs multiple times. Both Carly and Ellie played softball at Iowa State, and seeing like the idea of playing Division 1 sports in general was just such a cool idea. And when you're little, like everybody wants, "Ah, I want to play in college. It's going to be so much fun." And once you really start getting understanding, like, okay, like this is what it takes, and now it's actually a possibility, then you just like fall in love with it, and you're just like, oh my gosh, like this is just so much fun.
When did you start seeing it as a reality for you?
That's a good question. I would honestly say in high school um when I just like went right in, like there was an adjustment period, like travel ball and everything previous is a really high range of skill levels. So you don't really know, like, are you really good? Like there's always going to be somebody better than you in travel ball. You just have to go to the right tournaments. But in high school I really started to figure out, like, okay, like in my area, like I'm a really good player in my area. You can go when you go to the state tournament, okay, like I can compare myself to all these girls in the state of Iowa. You're like, okay, like I'm up there, and of course you have coaches and people who have a better understanding of like what it takes um, to get to that level. They have an idea, like, hey, Jess, like they just tell you, they're like, hey, like if you really want it, um, you can go get it. And I think having that was really, really helpful.
Iowa's unique where you're playing softball in the summer, so you
Mhm.
miss out on that travel ball aspect of things. So how is that dynamic? How did that work for you?
Yeah, so I didn't really realize it while I was playing high school ball. I more realized it towards my sophomore and junior year, where a lot of the Iowa high school kids, if you want to play softball in high school, which I absolutely love, I would do it over again if I had to. And but if you play Iowa high school ball in the summer, it you kind of have to give up the super far out of reach schools, the southern schools, the far on the either coast, because you're really not going to get recruited, because the summertime, that's when there's no softball happening in the college level. That's when all the coaches do all of their heavy recruiting. And when you play Iowa high school ball, you're just playing at your local, you're just playing at your high school. And another big thing is, like, if you really want to play in college and you also want to play Iowa high school ball, you do have to make it to the state tournament. I think that's one of my opinions. Like that's where you're going to get recruited. That's like a bunch of college coaches from Iowa, from surrounding states, either come or a lot of them do watch the state tournament, and so they do recruit you there. I think that was a really big part of how Coach Pinkerton at Iowa State, how he saw me, because he goes to the state tournament every year. Um, but yeah, and I have been proved wrong. Like there was a girl on my senior year. I want to say her name's Marin from West Des Moines Valley. She is playing at FSU right now. She's a freshman at FSU and is having a wonderful year. And she played Iowa high school ball. So it's just like kind of a balance. But I would say the vast majority of girls who play Iowa high school ball tend to really only play or get viewership from colleges in the Midwest area. So, and that was something that I knew, or like as a sophomore and junior, that's something that I figured out. And I'm like, you know what, that's okay. Like I'm a homegirl. I don't need to go all super far out. So,
I was
yeah.
going to say, how does the recruiting process change at all with the dynamics of how things are?
Yeah. Well, now it's very, very different. Obviously, there are girls who, which is insane, 16-year-olds who are looking for the $100,000 bonus, um, which is unfortunately not realistic for anybody. Um, I really am not that immersed into it, but um, really the big money deals are only coming to the girls who are established, um, um, who are not incoming freshmen. Um, so I would just keep an open mind on that. And sometimes, a lot of times, like these big programs, Texas Tech, like they are not going to really heavily recruit freshmen probably anymore. They're going to recruit the transfers. And you've seen it like almost their entire lineup when we played them this year was all transfers. And so it's just a reality that you're going to have to accept where, okay, I'm not going to immediately sign to Texas Tech or Tennessee or whoever it may be. Maybe I have to sign to a solid mid major. Maybe I have to sign to a smaller Power Four school and then have a great year, 2 years there. And then I'm going to have to transfer to my dream school. So that's, as of right now, I'm thinking that's kind of how the system is rolling. But yeah.
Oh yeah, Texas Tech definitely throws some money out there. I think they
Oh,
were like they were the most expensive college football team this year. So yeah, there we go. But yeah, no, you go right into that though, like right into the NIL and all that. How have you just navigated that space? Because that's something that's still super new to people.
it's hard. It's definitely like softball athletes. Obviously, we don't have the viewership as college basketball, football, even like volleyball. But it's when it comes when you have the smaller programs, smaller or less popular sports in general, a lot of the NIL is like you created. Like we have a girl on our team who is really good at social media, and so she is making money, and she does have multiple brand deals with different people, and like knows how to work the game a little bit. I think that's my biggest advice. Like if you really want to jump into the NIL and try to really make the most out of making money in college, definitely know how to work social media, know how to market somebody, know how to talk well and how to edit a video. Those aren't a lot of skills that I have personally, and that's okay. I'm fine not having the huge brand deals, but obviously it also helps if you're really freaking good at softball or you're on a Tennessee team where you do have that viewership. Like Iowa State softball is popular, but we're not as popular as top 25 schools. So
When you do have opportunities, how do you approach that?
yeah, it's so sometimes you can reach out to you just email somebody. You can email just a brand in general. Like if you like a certain peanut butter brand, if you like a certain chip, like it's insane what you can get brand deals on and just ask. That's the beauty of it. You just send emails sometimes relentlessly. It's kind of like the recruiting process, just email relentlessly. And then some of them you'll have a lot of rejection, but then some of them will reach back to you, and then you'll start saying, hey, and then it's a give and take contract thing. And then, of course, you have to go through your university. I know at Iowa State, we have to document everything that we receive for our name, image, or likeness, whether that's monetary or just like merchandise, stuff like that. So it's a process. It's definitely specific to each school. I know Iowa State does it a little differently than other schools, but yeah.
With brand deals and all those things, how do you see yourself? How do you want to present yourself when you have eyes on you like that?
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. Um, like I am a brand deals are, I would say, foreign to me at least. Um, when I hear brand deals, I'm thinking Nike, Under Armour, all that stuff. And we're at Nike school, um, and I'm thinking of like Tegan Kavan has a oh shoot, Mizzou, I think, the Mizzou brand deal. So I really don't know much about the big brand deals, but as far as like people looking at me and trying to see if I'm marketable, um, I just I just try to be myself as much as possible. Like I'm not gonna try to skew my Instagram account or social media in a way that is, I don't know, to somebody that is me. Like I have my regular in season posts and stuff like that. And so if a brand thinks that my true self is something that they want to invest in, I'm absolutely gonna look into that. So.
I remember you played
Mhm.
shortstop at Pleasant Valley, but now
Mhm.
I saw you play every position pretty much but third base for
Yep.
Iowa State. How have you learned all these new positions?
It's been a challenge. It's definitely been challenging. My freshman year, I played um, nope, sorry, six of the nine positions on the field. And that was honestly, it was just fun because I knew my coaches trusted me that um, I could play the position as best as I could. And I think what allowed me to succeed in playing first, which I had really never played in, um, all the different like outfield positions, which I had some experience, but really not much, was that I just didn't put the pressure on myself to be perfect because I knew I hadn't gotten all the reps. I knew there's still a lot of things I had to learn. And so taking that pressure off was definitely key to my success in that. This year's been quite different. I've just been in left field this year, which has been nice and not nice in a couple different ways. It's been nice to kind of specialize in a certain position, get all the reps there, and feel truly confident that I can play a position. But also being out of the infield definitely has been a a turn, a change that I've had to swallow a couple times. So
Oh yeah, I know how much you love shortstop for sure.
yes. Hmm.
What was the
Hmm.
hardest position to learn?
First base, absolutely. Being a middle infielder, um, having kind of room to run, um, and like being in the infield was fun. Um, Moving to the outfield was an easier transition, just because I have more room to run now. And tracking fly balls was um, not particularly challenging because you do that at short, running backwards and whatnot. Um, First base was definitely the most foreign. You're kind of stuck at this position, landlocked with the foul line, and now you're not the one throwing the ball; you're the one receiving the ball. And I had a couple epic failures at in practices trying to pick balls and whatnot, and fielding bunts. That was another um, kind of surprise that I didn't realize was that challenging. But and of course, receiving, being the cut from outfield is just the IQ stuff. Like I can field the ground ball. That's not going to be a problem for me. But knowing the IQ of slow roller coming down the line, I'm not going to turn around and throw the ball first. I'm going to make the tag. Like IQ stuff was hard for me to learn, and being put in there so quickly without any reps, that was definitely harder for me to handle than being in the outfield where there's less IQ plays.
So you're learning only all these new positions, but your bat stays hot. You led the team in RBI hits. You were on being on base as well to get you on that All Big 12 team as a freshman. How did you find that success right away while dealing with all that new stuff as well?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hitting was definitely my rock. I kind of had the same mindset um, in the batter's box as I did on the field, where I didn't put the pressure on myself to make the big play. I just absorbed all as much information as could. The scouting was different. The approach to different pitchers was different. Learning about, okay, this person is tends to have more up down versus left and right. Like learning all of that stuff was definitely fun to experience. And I didn't put the pressure on myself to hit every pitch. I had a very just general mediocre mindset. I knew exactly what pitch I wanted, and then I just allowed myself to see where the ball went. And I had a great year with of course all it also helped that the defenses didn't know me, so they didn't have the wonderful little shift if I apparently go in the 5-6 hole. They didn't have that shift, or they didn't have the pinch up the middle shift, which is something I've been experiencing this year. But that definitely helped last year, where even though I didn't know the pitcher very much, the pitcher didn't know me, and so I could hit wherever I wanted, and they could pitch to my strength that they didn't realize. So definitely that helped.
How do you deal with that now, year two, dealing with scouting reports and now pitchers knowing you?
Yeah, it was a challenge. It was definitely a challenge. My coaches tried to warn me about it. They were like, Jess, when you have a really successful freshman season, sophomore year, it tends to be a bit more challenging. And I really didn't understand that until, of course, at the start of season, when I didn't have the immediate success that I had last year. And so that was definitely tough for me to handle. And I had to find myself and ground myself in the fact that all I can control is my timing to the pitch and hitting the ball solid on my barrel. Whatever happens, whatever shift they have going on, that's out of my control, and I have to accept that that happened, and I have to just stay strong and keep hitting the ball hard. That's all I can control. Keep swinging at my pitches. That's definitely something I worked on over the summer. I have more walks this year, thank goodness. But yeah, definitely working through that, talking with coaches, talking to some of the upperclassmen that were also in my situation previously. So,
What was the biggest challenge you had when you first started playing Division One that now you're starting to overcome or have overcome?
a big challenge that I had starting out um, in season during last year was, I'm gonna honestly say, the academic portion. Um, I got good grades, but I definitely screwed myself with not necessarily very challenging classes, but for me it was the boring classes.
Mhm.
It was my gen eds that I
Those will get
just
you, yeah.
that were the easy classes, but I stacked them in during season, and I realized that I really don't want to try when it's boring. And
Yeah.
but with my difficult classes, if it's difficult, that's fine. I still have the motivation because I find it interesting. And so I no matter what, I'll still have success with it. I'll still try hard. And so that was definitely something I changed coming around this season. I'm taking more challenging classes, but they're classes that I'm very interested in. So even if it's 11 p.m. and we're just getting home from a game, I'm still motivated to get that work done rather than having a lot of busy work from classes that are easy. It's not very hard to do, but it's something I'm not very interested in and I'm not looking forward to. Honestly, that has been one of the biggest changes.
What is that balance, the student athlete part of it? Because in this era, people forget about that aspect of it sometimes.
Yeah, that's also something I would say the biggest portion of what has grounded me. Here, I knew as a freshman before I even stepped on campus, like I came to Iowa State to get a degree. Like I was going to get a degree in biology, um, no matter what happens. And so that was a lot of reason also why I had a great first year because I didn't put the pressure on myself. Told myself, um, whatever happens, like if whether I play, whether I'm on the bench, like whether I play and suck, um, like that's okay because I came here to get a degree and that's what matters. Um, and so that has really grounded me and helped me a lot this year as well with more pressure, more expectations. Yeah.
When you start to go through some mental struggles, like you kind of mentioned there a little bit, what's helped you get through those?
My coaches have been a big help. This year, we added or we have a new outfield coach, Malaysia Ochoa. She was actually an Iowa State alumni, and she's helped me a lot. She's obviously a lot closer in age than I am, or to me than a few of my other coaches. And so her being like immediately right out of college has been really helpful in just bouncing ideas off of, okay, like this is what's really stressing me out right now. And she knows what grounds me and is really good at reminding me of why I'm here and really good at figuring out new ways to take the pressure off and just let my barrel fly or just freaking play. Um, and when it comes down to it, that's like the reminder that I need, and that's the just what it takes, at least for me, to because when you play free, you definitely play a lot better, and that's what I found out through my almost 2 years here at Iowa State.
What gets you in that free mindset?
Um, Sometimes it's a quote. Um, I'll have little sticky notes kind of around my room and whatnot of um, just a lot of people will tell themselves like play for that little girl. A lot of that for me is like breathing. I've gotten really into just like taking a breath. Um, like during the national anthem, every time, like I usually have my eyes closed and I'm preparing for whether we're home or away, I'm preparing for the first pitch, making sure I'm like mentally ready for the first batter, or ready for the to go up and hit first. And so I'm usually taking like nice deep slow breaths. Um, and throughout the game, like seventh inning comes around, like I'm reminding the girls are reminding me to just like slow down and breathe. That has been really key in slowing down nerves, suppressing them, and allowing myself to play free. So
Yeah, letting all that nervous energy out, trying to bring some of that good energy in. That's good.
exactly. Mm-hmm.
What's
Mm-hmm.
a place that you play in the Big 12 or just in general that you really enjoy playing at, and where's a place that you're looking forward to going to?
Mm. I mean, we talked about it earlier. Um, I'm really excited to play at KU this weekend. Um, I haven't been there yet, and I've heard a bunch of amazing things about it. Um, I'm hoping it's nicer weather. Hopefully, late April does this a little well, not raining or something. Um, Someplace that I've really enjoyed playing. We just got back from playing at BYU. The mountains were beautiful. It was a bit chilly, but that was a really really cool place to play at. They have a very nice facility there, but
It's turf at KU, so I mean, even if there's like a
oh
little snow or ice or whatever, it'll be okay. You'll be fine.
yeah, that's good.
What
Mhm.
about with your biology degree? What are you working towards with that?
Yeah, I want to go to PA school afterwards. Iowa State doesn't have a PA school or PA program, so I'll be looking elsewhere for that. But definitely in the summers, that's what I'm working towards, getting clinical hours and whatnot. We have another girl on our team that's in the application process herself, so a lot of learning from her, the do's and don'ts. So.
What brought you to that path or made you want to go down that path?
Um, in high school, I knew that I really liked science. I didn't really know what science, but like I had a life science class, and then I took an anatomy and physiology class in high school that I really, really enjoyed. And so I kind of went into college with a biology degree, which is plants, animals, and human body, which obviously now I realize like the human body is what I've my most interest is in. And so a lot of research looking at different um, uh, medical professionals, that a lot of job shadowing, um, of just looking at schooling, price of schooling, obviously salary when you get out, and then like work life balance, looking at just comparing a bunch of different uh, medical professions and deciding PA was going to be the place I want to go.
You good with math?
No,
No.
I'm okay. I'm okay at math. I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy it. That was my thing. Engineering, like the physics portion was also like kind of in my realm. And then I realized I took calculus. I'm like, this is not for me. So, yeah.
There we go. What's
Mhm.
fascinated you about the human body so far that you've done with your research?
Oh, gosh. Um, just learning how just like each individual cell is like kind of like their own biome of just activity. And I'm in a cell bio class right now where we're learning about all of the different reactions that are constantly happening in one cell. And it's just incredible for me to think about when that one cell, you have like billions or trillions, I'm not sure quite the number, in your body. And somehow they work together to create muscle movement, organ function, like your personality. Like that is just incredible. And so like there's really no limit on how much you can learn about like the human body, which I'm finding out. And so that's what really fascinates me about it.
That's fascinating, actually. Does it make you feel different about yourself knowing that?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. It's I've me and my this couple of the STEM girls in um on the team definitely laugh at each other when we're learning about a certain thing in class and realize that, and just connect it to something completely random. Like in my organic chemistry class, we figured out that a certain molecule is the difference between making cheese gooey and making cheese, I'm going to say not gooey. That's not the science part of it, but it's like the difference between Velveeta cheese and your regular like shredded cheese. Like there's one thing that you can add in there and make delicious mac and cheese. And our professor was all over it, and we actually tried it, and it was delicious. So just fun stuff like that.
I was gonna say you're making a lot of mac and cheese then, like good mac and cheese.
Yeah, we are now. Yeah.
There you go. There
Hmm.
you go. You have a favorite meal that you like to eat?
Oh no. Well, yes.
Like maybe like a pregame meal or something like that.
Um, I don't really have a pregame meal. I do really like Ponchero's burrito.
Okay.
That's a brand deal I could
There you
pursue.
go. We're making brand deals
um,
here.
exactly. But no, I am a steak and potatoes girly, and so I remember after a good win, after actually we won against Arizona, I decided to treat myself, and I went to the store and got a steak, one steak and one potato, and I enjoyed my meal.
Always good for protein. Are you
Exactly.
what? How do you like your steak?
Medium rare.
There we go.
Don't,
There we go.
don't, don't. I'm not a believer in A1 sauce. I don't really care what if the steak. I don't care what kind of steak it is. The day one sauce does not belong on the steak.
There we go. Medium rare fan club right here.
There we go.
We're in that. What are you looking forward to most about the rest of the season?
Just finishing out strong. We have 10 games, give or take a few, left in the season. And so I'm really excited to just, honestly, just fine tune things, get ready for hopefully a postseason run that's still up in the cards. And yeah, just ready to go for it.
Last thing I always ask athletes who I have on is, what advice do you have for any Quad Cities athletes who look up to you that want to be in your shoes one day?
I mean, just consistency, honestly. Like you don't have to be doing the 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups kind of deal every single day, but it really, really is helpful when you go downstairs once a week and just make sure your swing's good. And like once you're in season, the few weeks or months leading up to season, that's when you start to go really hard. But in the off season, sometimes like people have this ideal of just every single day, it's like eat, sleep, love softball. It's not, you need like the break. But it's just the consistency part is just making sure you don't fall out of touch with it. Just that once a week, go get in the gym for like an hour, making sure you're staying strong, obviously, but like skill work once a week, like in the off season, just touch it. You don't have to fully immerse yourself with it. That's the few months leading up to season and the in-season part that really just takes off.
Great advice there. Jessie, where can people see you and your journey on social media?
Definitely on Instagram. That's where I'm at, usually always. I do have Twitter. I do have Facebook. If you message me on there, I probably won't answer. Really not on there that much, but definitely on Instagram. Just search up, I think it's Jessie Clemons 02, I want to say. So
there you go. Look up Jessie's Instagram. Make sure you follow that. Make sure you like and subscribe to this channel if you enjoyed this conversation. Jessie, I appreciate you coming on and hanging out with me here in Cousins Conversations.
absolutely.